So the next type of question I'm going to teach you is going to be on how to create multiple choice type of exam. So the same thing, you're going to choose a category, and since mine is a multiple choice, I have already pre-created a category for that. I will put it under output devices, multiple choice, and then I will just add a new question, and then select multiple choice. So I'll just call my question screen name, and I'll just copy it. And this time, so of course the question text is the question. Okay, I might just put an underscore there. Then again, the default mark, normally 1. Then the general feedback again is what you want the students to see regardless of the question that they will select. Maybe you can put hints there, it's up to you. Just leave the ID number blank. Then here you can specify whether this question will need one answer only or multiple answers. Like for example, if you have a question that would say you're asking for the name of the screen that recognizes touch input, and let's say that in your possible answers there are 2 items there that could be the answer to this question, then you can choose multiple answers allowed. Now, but in my case, in the case of the sample question that is flashed on your screen right now, the answer is only 1, so I will just choose 1 answer only. Once you save that particular question, you can see it like this inside your question bank. And to go back to that particular question, this is the question that we have just created. You can just click on the edit icon that looks like a gear, and that will bring you back to your multiple choice question, the one that you have created before. And notice that this time you now have a preview button, and that preview button can be used to have a look at how your question will appear on the side of the students. And then this one is the format of the options. So you will not be the one to type in letters A, B, C, D, E, and so on and so forth, which is the normal way we create our questions in Microsoft Word, for example. But you will be choosing that option here. So you can use small letters, capital letters, you can use numbers, Roman numerals, or you can leave it without any numbering. So if you leave it without any numbering, it's still okay. You can just select it as a radio button. So let's just leave it as the default, which is ABC. And then notice this is where you're going to type in your choices. So normally when converting my questions from Microsoft Word, for example, to PLMS, I would just copy and paste it. So in this case here, the first choice is any of this. So I will just remove the letter and then take out the rest. So I'll just type in one possible answer here. You can write it. You write the full word here, recognition screen or recog screen, whatever, if you intend that to be a trick question. And then if in case a student will select this, what is the grade? So like for example, if you have selected multiple answers allowed, and let's say there are 2 questions here, there are 2 answers here that are possibly the answer to this particular question, then you can specify that the grade of the first possible answer is 50% and the second one is another 50%. But in my case here, this one is not the correct answer, so the grade is none. And you can type in a feedback here. So say for example, if a student selects this, you can type a feedback like wrong answer or something like that. But normally we don't put any feedback here. It's really up to you. For the second choice, this one is again going to be another option, point screen. And if that is still not the correct answer, you're going to leave it as the grade as none. No need for the feedback. We paste the third possible answer on choice 3. And since this is the correct answer, we're going to specify that the grade here is 100%, which means that if the default mark is 1, which means this is the number of points that the student gets if the answer is correct, then that 1 point will go to the student if the answer touchscreen is selected. So 100% of that 1 point score. If you choose 50%, then of course it will only be 0.5. Or if your points here is 2, then if your grade is 100% of the 2, that means 2 points will go to the student if the selected answer is touchscreen. So these are just the choices, and basically all you need to do is to paste all possible answers on choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, and 4. This is point screen. I must have deleted it earlier. So the first option is recognition screen, point screen. Third option is touch screen. Fourth option is Android screen. Now, since there are only 4 choices in our sample question, then you can leave choice 5 as blank. But if, let's say, for some reason you've got 6, 7, 8 choices, you can just select blank for 3 more choices and leave any remaining or any choices blank if there's no more question or there's no more possible answer. Now, the combined feedback is if, for example, if the student answered selected all possible answers, then this is the feedback that the student will get. If at least one of those selected answers by the student is correct, it will display your answer is partially correct. And if none of those selected answers are correct, then the student will get this feedback, your answer is incorrect. But then again, you can change this one or customize this one yourselves. So once you're done, you select Save Changes, and just like the true or false question earlier, you can select Save Changes and continue editing if you still feel that you're going to add something else or any additional settings to this question. Now, by the way, if you have noticed, for all of these possible feedbacks or answers, there are options or there are options on your input box. These are all paragraph styles, like you can convert your text to bold, italics, You can create a link, you can unlink, you can even use a message, an image instead of a text. So like for example, you have your question is which one is purple, and then you add under choices, you specify like different shapes with different colors. So instead of typing in text, you can just insert or edit an image. You can also choose audio or video file. You can use recorded audio. You can also include video. So you might want to try that out yourselves. But basically that's it. It's very simple. You just have to specify the possible answers, and once you save that particular question, you can see it like this inside your question bank. And to go back to that particular question, this is the question that we have just created. You can just click on the edit icon that looks like a gear, and that will bring you back to your multiple choice question, the one that you have created before. And notice that this time you now have a preview button. You can just click preview, and this preview of your question will appear. You can just close this, and you can save changes and continue editing, or save changes to go back to your question bank.